Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. Episode number 46 coming at you. Imperial Jedi for the last time in this round, and we have a little bit of work ahead of ourselves here. So I've been looking this over, and we had a fresh sleep and all that stuff on it, and I think we need to change some of this around. I'm very inspired, I'm very motivated here to make this possible, so I may have to go to the drawing board a couple times here. But yeah, I feel like it's a really good start. But I think I want a little bit more order and maybe a little bit less chaos, which I think will make you guys a bit happier. So let's work on that together, right? So number one, I think I want this guy over here moved out of the way. And then what I actually think I want instead is a change to this. I'm just jumping right in here. Anarchy, please. So similar to what we had, but just I want a bit more room here for some of the warehouses to have a bit more like form and symmetry and kind of function to them. So just a slight change, nothing too crazy here. Making things feel a bit more organized. That's the name of the game right here. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being back again for another episode. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Okay, just get rid of some of that. And then we'll just get rid of that one for the moment. And this now might look kind of cool if we were to extend it. There we go. And just make that kind of work with our new layout. Okay, so just grab that. And we'll use our good old friend, the Move It mod, to grab some of these nodes in here. Okay, align our height. Perfect. Let's terraform that in. Okay, cool. And then friendly tip too, if you're going to be using soil, so you have that enabled, just use soil from like below the water's level. So if you need to like add a little mountain, keep it underwater. But there you go. There's a bunch of soil to work with. Little tips and tricks right there, eh? Okay, so this one I'm going to move now over. Oh, actually, I wanted a bit more room for this one. Or do we want these next to each other? What a thought. No, I don't think we want them exactly next to each other. Okay. And then what if we were to take the... Yeah, that's a bit better. I feel like that makes a bit more sense. Raise that slightly. There you go. And then a series of one-way roads through here would actually be fantastic. So I've got the one-way going this way, but I actually think I have it backwards relative to where the entrance should be for here. So let's do this. Wow, what a big change we're doing over to this spot, eh? You're going over here for the moment. Okay, that's enough room for these guys, I believe. You're going to sneak into that. Man, we are on a roll right now, aren't we, eh? And then what would it look like if we did actually attach those two together? I feel like the only thing that kind of throws me off about this is that we've got this one little hole right here, right? Not the end of the world. It just seems a little peculiar, right? Okay, I will keep them together in the name of symmetry here. Okay, so just follow this along. Horse Economy 3. That was the name I was trying to think of last episode when I was like, what is that horse game? Okay. I think that needs to be just lowered ever so slightly. There we go. And then what I had in mind through here was just putting down some of the larger yards like this. Oh. If it'll let me. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm getting those zoning squares off this guy, eh? You notice that? Why is that? That is interesting. I wonder if it's because we're below the highway right there. Not the end of the world. I'll just need something we can attach these off of. That's probably good enough. Right, over here. So I feel like this has more of a like kind of industrial freight kind of like feel to it. Just a bit more like realism in that sense as well. Okay, I might be able to sneak that in. That'll look kind of cool. You know, it's somewhere for all the goods and whatnot that are coming in my boat to be stored. And it's kind of a double-edged thing here. So we'll be using these for the unique buildings. So it'll kind of serve two purposes. Okay. How are we going to do this one? Let's bring the seawall over first. And there, I think this is a much cleaner. I think we did a cool start. A little bit chaotic though. And sometimes, yeah, you just have a, you know, fresh set of eyes after you've had another coffee, you know, gone out for the run, stepped away from a computer for a little bit, sleep it on off, you know. Okay, so this is going to be an issue unless we redo this. And that's nothing new though. Sometimes we just have to change the direction in which the key goes, and that's fine. That's an easy fix. Okay. Now, the boat yard. Where can you go? It could probably stay actually in its current spot. I think the road right there is rather nice. We have a lot of clearance in between. And then maybe one more ship, or sorry, one more fishing little dock right there might be nice. Okay, so we could snap onto that. And then we'll just go ahead and turn this. And then what we'll do is pull this. So it looks a little bit cleaner. Yeah, just a bit more like organization to the waterfront, I guess you could say. And then ideally we pull that in. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Yeah, that is so much better. Okay, let's get our heights and everything lined up over here. And then I'm still on the fence about whether I actually want to connect these to any routes or we just have them more like placeholder. Still kind of unsure about that. So we'll see how I feel towards the end of the episode. Okay. Yeah, you know what? The fact that it's the exact same asset, I'm going to get rid of this one. I know we just put a lot of effort into changing that, but let me make that look a little bit cleaner. Then we'll try just a different fishing piece there. Yeah, when I do the second node, it wants to change that angle. There you go. And then align the heights. No, almost. Yep, there it is. Okay, now without using the same asset, what would be a good one in here? Oh, that's nice. Yep, that's fine for me. And we'll just rotate, hit undo. Goodness gracious me. Okay, now these two roads might line up a bit better. Yeah. And then let's get the residential area and this spot now connected in a couple bridges. Maybe we can do a tunnel over here leading into the industrial, or sorry, the forestry area. And then another tunnel over here. Actually, yeah, we can probably sneak a few things in. Big fan of how the tunnels look in the industrial road, so let's do one of these. You know, I probably should have been a little bit more cautious there and not have gotten rid of those buildings, but that's okay. Just move this in. Now the nodes might be a little bit close together, but if we just get a good angle here with the terrain, it'll look like a nice little underpass. And then just because of City Skylines, you have to use your imagination a bit. I know the clearance is like ridiculous. It's like a 90-degree drop, pretty much like roller coaster style here, but that's just kind of how the game is sometimes. So we'll put one of those in. And then, to kind of add to that story, right? Like if it's a little bit too challenging for like a truck or someone to get through there, that's of course what we have over here for. A little more clearance for the highway and whatnot. So we're going to be connected together, and then hopefully getting residents in here. Get them working. And then, so I noticed too, I stopped using the bike lane, I think a little bit abruptly, in our small town. Or whatever you want to even call this. Are we below ground? Yes, we are. There we go. So what I was thinking of doing was changing down here. And then I'm going to have to change this now. Just do that. Oh my goodness, why don't we just pull this back to you? Yeah, that's a bit better, eh? Yeah. A little bit cleaner. But yeah, so I was thinking we would have the bike lane continue. Just so we have like a continuous connection through here. And it'd be fun to like throw a bike lane that takes you down to the airport. In case you work down there or just wanted like a nice little scenic bike route. So we need a bicycle coming down here now. So you can kind of carry on with the path from there. Move that over. Overlap this. And there we go. And then we're going to have to put in, this is where things are kind of sneaky, right? So that becomes a bike lane. And then, oh, interesting, okay. I'm going to grab this node. And then what should show up here is a crosswalk. The fact that it's disabled, though, I feel like one of the mods is maybe doing that. But what I was hoping to have was two different types of roads creating a, like a crosswalk like that, basically, for me. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think because we were doing the same road just with parking versus the bike lane, it didn't do the crosswalk. But that's exactly what I'm going for. I'll pull that node back, but here's your way through. And so the bike lane continues through the whole city. Or like, the small town area at least, right? And then this also could be one of those spots too where we could stretch the node with the node controller, but probably good enough right there. And then I think we'll continue as one. Have those roads merge. And then at a 45-degree angle, it'd be nice to have a road just sneak up here. And then just be in like a little intersection with a traffic light to get in. A little bit more regional access. There we go. Taboo, possibly. But where I live, we got lights on the highway sometimes. I'm gonna slope those, look a little bit cleaner. There you go. Okay, so we'll weigh in from the highway, and then we'll have these roads converge, and then we'll keep the bike lane going. That's kind of the thought with this. And that gives us a chance to do a bit more high density through here. And then I don't really want to like finish this town. Maybe we can leave that kind of open-ended for someone else to do a little bit of work on. But it makes it seem like there's some room still to grow here, and we can scale it down a little bit more comfortably. And then let's do this. And that'll be... And that'll be good for there. And then this goes across up here. And that's more or less the grid shape for the small town. Or whatever you want to call this. I'm still on the fence about the ramp thing. I think I need to do a lot of research here. So I appreciate if you guys were saying comments in the last episode, I think I was talking about that. I will have to read all those and get to the drawing board and see if it's worth it to maybe start saving for a new computer or what, I don't know. I do like my computer a lot. I think I just need to kind of cool it on the RAM a bit and maybe just, reformat the old drives. Okay, so I would take this and just do some casual zoning in here. Let's just do that while we finish up a bit more of the industrial zone. That way we get some more worker bees too. And then this one, just to make things different, because we like to be different. Throwing a stop sign here. Alright, so a bit more of the in-town suburbia vibes. So I'll just do the European suburbia over here. I'm going to toss in a district specialization as well. You know that we've gone this far. Actually, don't even need a second district. That's okay, though. Could have just extended the first one. So we'll take organic local produce for the commercial, and then European suburbia for the rest. And then we'll see how time goes, but I might come back and do a little bit of detailing as well. I'll keep hinting at that. Trying little bits, but it's tough to stick with it sometimes. Alright, so just along the main street, we'll do some commercial. This will be a little shopping spot in here. In air quotes, this is kind of like downtown. So I think what we might need to do is scale back some of the residential in this spot here, and then just put in like a plaza or something like that. Like an old cinema, it might be kind of nice. Give the area some like old-timey vibes. Yeah, some older buildings would be kind of cool here. So a cinema next to the plaza, that's kind of nice. We'll switch this over to be commercial right next to it, but we're going to give it a little bit of space. I'm not sure Accent knows what to do with that, but we're going to give her a little bit of space there, boys. Yeah, pretty much, right? Pull that in. A little bit more small town vibes. Okay, I'm going to start putting the speed on here. And then I feel like if I just float through here, I'm going to find something that I'll really like. The fountain is amazing. Might be a little bit much, though. What are we deleting here? That's a police station. Try to make this feel like a bit more like an actual small town instead of just how I was kind of casually zoning before. So a bit more rhyme and reason, if you were, or if you would. Okay, I like that a lot better already. And yeah, there's got to be like at least one or two more little, just pleasant feeling small town buildings here. A little archway might be kind of cute too. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. I feel like that would be a great one too, a little friendly neighborhood park. Especially across the street from the library. And then just a little bit of repurposing of this part. See what that decides to rezone as. And then we'll extend this. My goodness, the eminent domain is so wild right now. This is like 15 people's houses we've destroyed. I am so sorry. That's write a big letter. Have a parade for all the people that got displaced, right? But you know what it is. Sometimes, yeah, you just you wake up and you just have a urge to redo it all. Okay. Switch things over. Actually, no, give me Railhawk. And then I think by that same kind of logic, with just the transformation kind of vibes, let's go for some commercial right there. Unzone here. I think this is so much better. Okay, so traffic's coming in for all the new people. It's pretty manageable so far, which is nice. What we could do, though, is give ourselves a 6-lane. Just so we have a little bit extra turning lanes through there. And then we could do the same idea in this spot here, where we just end up with an extra turning lane. Okay, yep, that works for me. Let's get some utilities in here. We should have enough services. And let's get back to the dock now that this is starting to fill in. Perfect. And guys, you let me know, of course. Was this worth it? Are you mad at me for all the... Don't be mad at me, my goodness. What a choice of words. Well, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. That was always the worst with your parents, though, eh? Anyway, do you like the change? Let me know. It's something we can maybe come back and fix again. Who knows, in the in another pass, right? No, I think last time, I don't really like the idea of just kind of going back and constantly changing stuff, but I think if the mood strikes you and you're feeling it, maybe put in some change, right? But nothing wrong with some committing. Ooh, an aviation club would be a lot of fun somewhere out here, eh? That's a little bit too much effort because we got the airport so close, so let's not go down that avenue. Okay, I think that's good enough. Happy with that. Let's put in the utilities down here. And then let's do that sneak around and let's see what's being produced versus what is required for some of these unique factory buildings here. And then the dream would be to have the yards nearby that are storing the goods. And we should have some fun interaction with everything in here. And there's a chance that one of these may have to be disabled. Just so we don't get too much boats through here. Just so that road looks the same. Okay, and then this raised up a little bit. Ain't no one got time for some flooding. As it comes back. Listen. Cool. And then so for starters, oh, spin more water. Okay. I still want to do one more bridge, by the way, so we'll do that in a second, too. Just juggling a few things here at once, it feels like. All right, so you need paper, plain timber, and plastics. Paper, I'm pretty sure we're producing, but it might be beneficial to make some over here as well. So this gives us a second to jump into the forestry. We have some producers. This is farming. We have some producers over here. There's a maintenance building. Looks nice. Might need another road for that. Okay, so the maintenance building's a little bit in the valley down here then. Just gently slope down this. Oh, that's a nice little turn. And then the maintenance building, nice. Expanding our district ever so slightly. Might snap a piece or two down here. And then, yeah, we were talking about doing a connection. So maybe it's here. Oh, also, I totally forgot we have to lower this road a bit. I meant to do that last episode. Just a little more clearance for the trains. It's pretty darn close. Pretty darn close, if you ask me. Let's go down as a pinch more there. Nope, didn't grab that one. Okay, I reckon that's probably good enough. And then, yeah, just very simply a bridge over this. Click on you. Little suspension action. I don't want to lose those what are they called? Little retaining wall things we're using there. So let's go ahead and cheat and use one long stretch node here. Double check some clearance. That looks horrifying. Lift this on up. There you go. Yeah, I really like the look of these industrial pieces. And then go figure, Industries DLC is where you get these from. And yeah, I think at this point, man, there's like no bad DLC. This many hours in, the one that I conclusively use the least is natural disasters. But only from a like natural disasters perspective. I actually use the buildings a ton. Like the service buildings and stuff you get with them, but it's a little weird with the hill there. And all I was missing was just the radio stations, and I just grabbed those. Oh, okay. Someone who will remain nameless has destroyed traffic going through here. Oops. I think part of the issue here too is that this is no longer, yeah, it's not a two-lane turn anymore. You guys can do what you want after that. All right, so things to still do, which I'm probably going to forget, so hopefully I don't here. We need to get a bike lane going a little bit further down here, just for some fun sneaking around, getting a bridge. And it's just like, yeah, like a little scenic route. And if you wanted to actually get it down to the airport, you could do that too. So we're going to sneak a bike lane through all of this. So that's on the docket. And then we still want to get a little pedestrian kind of bridge and bike lane going to the industrial part down here. And then just one more bridge connection, probably right here, realistically, just hopping over and connecting to that road. And this looks cleaner, a little bit more organized. Still got to put in some more storage. Want one of these big ones in here. Okay. Sense of humor, eh? Okay, then how are we doing for time? Not too bad. Not too bad. Just keeping an eye on things here. Very nicely eyeballed. And let's be totally real. We had like this outstanding, we still have. We have this outstanding interchange right here. Beautiful toll booth. And then just like a great looking airport. We have to try harder over here. You know what I mean? So I'm very pleased that we battened down the hatches and gave a second attempt at this. It is so much more like organization, a bit more rhyme and reason to it. It's cleaner in terms of the flow. Still got a lot to do though. Okay, so stop admiring stuff and let's see if we can finish this off. Little turnaround points for our vehicles as far as I'm concerned with that. Okay, so traffic definitely likes the dual turning lane going into there a lot better. Deja vu from our last episode, but I think we know that. This needs to be cleaned up, and then have some forest on the edge right here. That'll be kind of fun. And then we're looking just for some paper production. That was actually what led us to this area here. And the tangents we go on. Oh my goodness, eh? So, of course, there they are. Forestry. And maybe even another tree plantation down here, since we're putting some more life into it. Okay, so a sawmill in and around here. No, I actually think, you know what, the production is going to be where it is. This can just go further up here even. Maybe we do a dirt road between these two. And the plan is just to, hide a bunch of trees in the edges here as well. Too big. Okay. So trees being produced. Maybe this little spot in here, and this can be a four-way intersection. Yeah, maybe this is where the forestry stuff is actually refined. So we cut this out. We get a nice dramatic hillside right here. And then I don't see why we wouldn't do this. And I think over here, like the roads and everything should be a little bit bumpy, and the terrain should look a little bit like not perfect. We ain't got that much of a budget for all that over here, right? So a sawmill, and I'm looking for a paper plant. Pulp mill. Pulp mill, do you make paper? You do make paper. Oh, that's a nice asset. And so the $1 million question is going to be, is this too big of an asset for the vibe that we're creating right there? And I think the answer is yes. I think this would make more sense if it were down here. I'm not sure if it needs to be within its own designated work zone, though. It has to be in the industrial area. Okay. If that is the case, what we're going to do is stretch the industrial area over to the other side of the rail, and we'll sneak that building in here because it will have a much better look if it's in with its own kind. And that gives some more, you know, truck and freight access to the top part of the rails here, which I think will be a bit more real feeling. So we'll sneak this in. This can also be some more factories or some more storage. See, that can come in like that, and now we're not too steep. That can even be raised up slightly. And then the road itself can continue underneath the bridge, just for like a keep going straight kind of value. So yeah, it's unique engineering over here. Unique engineering to say the least. But my goal is to make this area here a bit more truck friendly. So truck friendly and freight friendly. Okay, so that's officially a loop, and then we can do a few buildings in this spot. So the pulp mill might actually go in here now. Bring some water over. Just to help clean the back of that fence up, we'll just make this a bit more of an even. There you go. And I think actually what I need to do is pull this all just a hint back because of the terrain in front of the tracks right there. Let that squiggle a bit more with the road. And does that feel a bit too close to the highway? It wouldn't if we put a barrier between. Okay. And then as far as transitions between where the barrier exists and doesn't, maybe just a few trees in here. Probably want to come back and do this again though. Yeah, we'll do that afterwards. Okay, so the population, it's moved upwards, but don't really see enough people making their way over here just yet, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and add one more connection through this. I don't think that there is just enough. You know what? You know what it was? It's because we added so many extra workspaces in this part here. And I don't know if I want to unzone this or maybe just add some more residents throughout. Yeah, I just get some more residents in. Actually, yeah, both sides. Just give us a hint more. Oh, and actually, I wanted to zone off of this. But I will give one space. Okay, 3-speed, because we're in a hurry now, it feels like. No, not really, but you know, time is valuable. Let's use it properly here. A little bit of Surviving Mars to wrap us up, as feels like tradition. Oh, no, you know what would be really nice here is if we use the brand new DLC bridges. Not DLC, but content creator pack. Is there a way to get that without the suspension piece? You know what? Because of the way it makes the brick, it seems like that's the right type of retaining wall. I'm actually going to keep that. So let's go a little bit higher. Yeah, check that out. That's nice, eh? Clean looking bridge you got there coming into town, my friend. Oh, I thank you. And then this can just kind of go down here. And then we'll just grab that bridge again. And be horrified is what we just created there. And then I imagine if we were to put some rocks and stuff in, this might actually look kind of nice with a bit of a terrain height. The only thing is it's a bit of a sharp turn though if you're just kind of getting off of the bridge, right? It's almost like that would be a bit curved. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh boy, and then do we go as far as throwing in a retaining wall with it? This is only possible because of the key anarchy that we have running. But it would be interesting to see if this will work. No, I think part of the issue is just the terrain's not going to cooperate. If we had like the network tiling, I believe is the name of that one, we could do it. Otherwise, this has to become bridge again to solve our issues there. Now, what we could do is just throw in some rocks, like I was just saying. So hopefully that's a better approach. Make it seem like that was a bit of a, you know, like a rock wall we had to blast apart to get the highway through with the bridge. A lot of construction happening where I live, IRL. And they're doing exactly this, using dynamite and blasting out like neighborhoods. It's really cool. I saw a sign on my front door, and I was running in one day, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" This is dynamite in the area, you know. And I was like, "Oh, cool." And instructions and like when to look out for it and whatnot, with the times they were going. Yeah, and sure enough, it's you hear the three blasts of the air horn, a little bit of a silence, and then an explosion that shakes the house, which is pretty crazy. It interrupted one of my YouTube videos, and I just impulsively did not save the thing. But if that happens again and I'm recording, I'll just leave a little asterisk and be like, listen to this. But that's, I've never, like, I've only seen it in the movies and, like, you know, in TV and stuff, and I've never had dynamite go off nearby, and it is awesome. Like, holy smokes. Okay, just a little bit of trees. I think it looks nice. Just a slight amount of detailing. Works for me. Probably gonna come back in the last few minutes and just throw in some more trees along this whole corridor. And then, yes, are we able to now get some of these factories working properly? I hope so. So a chance for some extra residents to come on into the small town. We're connected in multiple ways now, which is pretty good. So the industrial zone should... Wait a minute, we didn't get rid of the other one. These guys should be talking, that's the point here. Okay, so let's put a log yard in, because that feels more like appropriate for this. Some sawdust storage, because why the heck not? And we fix the back of this. I always found this was to be like the weirdest of the commercials. Just gonna throw that out there. I think Railhawk again. Alright, so tree production, tree maintenance. We have some paper being produced. That works for me. We don't want to overdo it because we're already at a worker shortage over here. Now, you guys don't seem to be getting any services. Is that because you're not connected properly? We did have to throw a road down on the other side of the pathways before. Or the parking, sorry. That might be another time where we have to do it. All right. So I think we were starting with this guy here. So paper, let's give you some paper. So So paper being stored close by. Planed timber, which is also being produced really close by. So let's store it here. Planed timber. And then plastics. Plastics, I believe, are being made elsewhere over in our oil factory area. So it should be somewhere around here, right? No, this is metals. This is metals. Oil. Why am I drawing a blank? Oil. Oh, yes. Is this oil stuff or is this still more ore? Oh, why am I where is our oil? Why am I going crazy here? Bros, where's our oil? What am I looking for here? Not pollution, but I hate drawing blanks in the middle of recordings. Industry areas. There's lumber, wood, ore. Do we somehow not have oil in this city? Lumber. I swore one of these places was an oil field. I guess we have metals and ores twice, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Well, that is a little bit of an oversight, isn't it, eh? Okay, if I were to look at the natural resources, a lot of the oil is, yeah, the pit here, that's ore. Oil is black in the map, that's why I'm getting confused here. Where is our oil? Maybe there, okay, I have no idea why I'm drawing a blank, but I don't think there's any oil on this map. I feel like this has either been addressed or I just am completely drawing a blank. So, whoops. How do you erase the last 2 minutes? But no, okay, so I guess we're gonna have to import some oil then. So whether or not the plastics is working, I do not know. Plastics are produced by cracker plants and petroleum chemical plants. Cannot be imported, has to be produced locally. Okay, but it can be exported. Well, this is going us back to the drawing boards then, isn't it, eh? What we could do, which is a bit of a sneaky sneak, is we could zone an area for oil, even to the little area here. And we can specialize this district with the just regular district specialization. It doesn't have to be one of the oil fields. And even though there isn't actually any oil below this, these guys will be importing. Now, whether or not this makes material that can be used inside of some of those zones, I don't know. Worth a try, though. So if you guys can remember, just to kind of like remind us, I don't know if I'm going to be able to be the one. May have to be on the next pass, but I'm going to have to mention, I'm sure this has already been brought up, and I'm sure this is just like going in a big circle here. But we'll just have to, yeah, make sure that we either get the oil addressed or find a way to fix some of those importing issues. Okay, I'm going to throw in a crematorium. Just kind of hide that. I don't want that next to the school. Everything is a little... It's just always so morbid, this game, right? How do you deal with the dead? Goodness gracious me, right? Maybe just throw that on the edge of town. Okay, well, I don't mean that to be kind of a, like an end to the progress here. Because it's yeah, that's weird, because plastic is coming in. So where are you coming from, then? The naphtha cracker plants and petrochemical plants. I'm sure you guys will help me in the comments, right? And I'm sure after I'm done recording, I look at like notes and all that other stuff, and like, you know what I mean? All the jazz we got. I'm sure I'll figure it out. But for the life of me, I'm so confused right now. I hate this happens when I'm recording. That's okay though. Worse things could be happening, right, in the grand scheme of it. Okay. Get these guys in the land of the power. Won't be too long now. Perfect. And let's see if we can get the next building, or at least some buildings working, right? So paper and then plastics. My goodness. The mystery. All right, fine. Let's see what we can do. So you can be plastics. Put one of these guys as paper. Just close enough. Close enough by that it's kind of makes sense. So paper, just down the streets. And you need petroleum and plastics. So plastics getting stored right behind you. That's not too bad. And the petroleum, I believe, has to be one of the storage containers, right? Yeah. So crude oil tank. And that also would make sense near the rail. Okay, so that's storing oil. Is that the same as petroleum? Probably not. Oil industry storage. This is what Imperator was using for the factory, or for the airport stuff. Okay, again, same idea as oil. 5,000 barrels. Industries DLC, as you can tell, is still a little bit of a mystery to me. A fun one, but I keep trying to learn how this works. Petroleum is produced by oil sludge pyrolysis, or pyrolysis plants, and waste oil refining plants. Okay, that just went right over my head. But let's hope that something is getting stored for our friends here, because it seems like it is, right? Petroleum's getting dropped off. And then, what is another building here? So these guys, the plastics are coming from somewhere. Waste processing, cool looking building. And then you need animal products, flour, paper, and plastics. Okay, that is a lot of stuff. So let's connect this down to here. Who do we end up losing right there? What was that? Not sure if it was a walking path or what. I think that was a row with a parking lot, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's fine though. I can't really get another row in there. Okay. Crude oil storage cavern. That's neat. Can also be placed outside. Now that looks nice because it's got the pipes to go with it. Just kind of expanding the look of the industrial feel here. And then still the issue with the workers. I wonder if just a little bit more neighborhoods in this. A little bit of high density. Okay. Yeah, population is fairly high in the city here, getting close to 60,000. I just feel like there might be like better jobs within the city proper that people are like, well, I'm commuting. I don't want to work in this industrial zone. Even though it's nice looking, I think. Okay. Starting to come together. Really starting to feel more complete too, which is nice. Alright, so for the life of me, what do we need over here? This was storage times 4. So let's get another row down. Should I keep that as a new road, just to mix it up a bit? Like that one would go, and we might zone this. A little bit of offices, as if these were like administrative buildings. And then just a bit of yellow industry. Help fill in some of the corner pieces. Make this feel a bit more lifelike. And now you're thinking like shopping, but this, be like industrial stuff, like tiles, if you want to buy like pipes in bulk or something, industrial supply store, like tool stores, those kind of stores. You're not coming out here for like a cyber cafe, Okay, so here we need animal products. Animal products, make it seem like we got refrigeration inside. And then we're going to need flour. Perfect. And we have paper pretty close by, so I'm not too worried about that. And then plastics, hopefully they can share off there. But that still, I think, is just a big mystery to me. And yeah, for the life of me, I don't know what I was thinking or why I'm drawing a blank on this, but there just doesn't seem to be any oil, unless this is oil underwater. I think it's oil. No, that's not oil. Help me, guys. Help me. Like, what is wrong with me here? Why am I not remembering this? Ay, ay, ay. Don't judge me. It could happen to anyone. Okay, so this is starting to fill in. We got services down here, which is nice. I think what we do need as well is just a whole bunch of like trees and some stuff to kind of fill this in a bit more with like the nature vibes. And I might do another specialized industrial zone in here of the paper stuff. It is tricky because we don't really have a lot of worker bees, and I do want to add some more expansion to this, right? So let's push across. Just because these guys don't pollute, so it's a good choice. And we maybe are going to rethink how that power line goes through, but wait for everything to zone first. Okay, now the last thing we need is somewhere for the factory goods. Once they're produced, where are those going to hang out? So we just need one more storage yard for that. And maybe that goes right here, actually, instead of zoning that as industry. It's supposed to be unique factory products, and we can go even further. We can actually throw down a bit more storage for some of the stuff we're producing in just the regular factories and some of these specialized zones here. So if we go look at the options, let's get a few more things in. And then, yeah, call me crazy. I think it looks good having all this freight next to the freight yards, right? So instead of being like, plain timber and that kind of stuff, paper, we're going to do zoned industry. And you can see we got forestry products, there's farming products, there's oil products. And we're just finding somewhere else for our goods that are being produced to be stored. And just getting some, some good old fashioned variety through here. Now, same idea. Maybe this can be like an administrative building, a little bit of commercial. Come on down to Al's Tile Barn, right? And then, same idea, right? Let's do oil products for right here. And then hopefully get some more worker bees in. Okay. Put this back on 3-speed. Now, I'm going to start putting in some of the trees and detailing through here because we are running a bit out of time. Nope, you're having problems with the noise. So maybe you don't live here anymore. And I think I'm just going to grab a handful of trees and just do the old copy pasta.
At Akio, we've been making the best in mobile phones for over 20 years. How did we get there?
Okay, so just dropping them down in here.
Make you think your phone is ringing. Whether you have a new phone, an old phone, or just leave it on vibrate, we make sure you always hear your phone in our commercials. It's
I'm gonna get rid of the extra, don't worry.
We hear you. So don't be silenced when opportunity calls. Pick it up. It's for you. Akio Mobile.
Okay. Now some of these trees will disappear because we're going to be putting them next to the factory producer people. But we'll do our best through here. Okay. Now I think there is still enough time because I just remembered I did want to sneak in the bike lane. That was last on our little mission agenda. So let me give us like 5 more minutes to do that, and I think we'll be okay for this this area. Okay, pull a bit more of this in. Perfect. Probably do a bit more in here. Oopsies. Okay, now can we get rid of these extra trees? Too much stuff to remember to do right now. And then if we can, we'll try to do a little cinematic at the end here. See what we built. How it's looking. That's such a nice little spot here, isn't it? Ooh, I love that. So simple, but just the way they all came in. That slight angle to the road there, I love that. Okay, so here's a little fix we can do. Nice. And then, yeah, a bike lane going to the airport. That was the last little thought here. Let's take off the guidelines. And yeah, it's a little, a little industrialized through here. And we might have a bit of noise from the highway, but tell you what, man, you got some good headphones on. This might be a really nice little bike route. That's gonna need just a hint more clearance. Oh no, not at all. We're fine. Pull it away though, because the train might encourage bikers to like pass through the road right there or something silly. Yeah, so we just sneak down here. And then I think we just go around this interchange. I'll have to fix that terrain slightly. So let's right click up here, left click there and drag, and that should make a slope. Perfect. Same logic. A little bit flatter, a little bit easier through here. That'll look nicer if it goes a bit further out. It's making me want to go on a bike ride, eh? Oh, what'd you build last episode? Oh, just a bike Autobahn system. Cool. I know, right? And then yeah, we'll take advantage of the height right here, and let's just sneak across as a bridge. And we'll just come in over here. And this last little bit on foot, or on ground level. Oh, okay, so this is way steeper than I thought. You know what would be really cool in here, which is a fun challenge to try to do, is a little corkscrew. So why don't we sneak on back around. And we'll just fix that design with the power of the Move It mod, but that's kind of the thought, eh? Just come in here and just corkscrew down. Not just for the roller coasters anymore, huh? So just come meet up with the intersection here. That way you can use the crossing, go a little bit further in, go to the airport. Oh, actually I like that exaggerated curve right there. Lower that. There you go. And then I bet you if we were to use the network multi-tool, we might get a nice slope out of all these. So just again, we're grabbing the top and bottom one. Top and bottom node. And it'll grab everything in between. And then we just press enter. And then that'll fix the slope for us. I'm not sure I agree with that. It's kind of cool though. Apparently that's the correct slope. Or a slope that would be easier on your legs if you're a bicyclist. Okay, well let's just terraform gently around it and let's keep it. It's kind of cool. All right, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty steep up there, eh? Now, you know what might look a little bit cleaner and safer? No way, people are using it already. No way. Oh, that's fantastic. Just make that a little bit there into a bridge segment. Feels safer too because you get the guardrail. Well, isn't that quaint? I quite like that. Good on you. Good on you, mates. And so that just sneaks through here. Okay, so the hill didn't quite work. One more time. So right click at the top, left click and drag, and that creates a slope. That's a lot better. Flatten this out ever so slightly. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I feel like from a safety perspective, we'd want just a little bit more of a set of walls through here. Yeah, I just feel a little more safe. And then this is a bit angled. So I think just if we're making this much effort, might as well just go a little bit further with it, right? And we're just crossing an hour. My goodness, these episodes. I hope you guys enjoy the long episodes. An hour for me is kind of like, I think like the peak for these kind of, I think that'd be kind of pushing it, you know what I mean? But I hope you guys are enjoying this. And yeah, just a friendly reminder, I think I mentioned this in the last comment section too. I can see the stats. I know not all of you are subbed, by the way. I don't want to call you guys out, but it would really help me out if you guys, if you enjoy the content especially. You don't just have to sub because you know I'm telling you to, but if you enjoy the content, consider subbing, guys. Or even just something as silly as like dropping a comment or hitting the like button. It all helps out. All of it helps out. Okay, helping a bit with that, speaking of help. And then, yeah, we'll let this balance. A lot of people just moved in right away. I think we're okay in the grand scheme, though. Something that we're going to have to do, though, is get some public transit in this neck of the woods. We did get some bikes to help us get started, which is really good. I think we just need a few more trees in here, and then we're probably good to wrap up for the day. And then we'll see you guys again. We got at least one more pass planned. So the project continues. The city will grow. And you guys let me know if there's anything I should be coming back and fixing. Make sure you rent other guys too in case there's something that needs to be addressed. We're all in this together, my friends. Otherwise, yeah, I think that does it. I think that does it indeed. So the night and day difference, my goodness gracious me. Some actual unique factories working. A giant question mark when it comes to the oil stuff. But yeah, overall, we're moving places. We got some goods being stored, shipped, produced. It's cool, man. A little bit difference to some of the roads here. Good traffic flow. Questionable on the highway, but not too bad. And we're seeing goods move by rail. All right, I would like to see this at night, and then I will bid you guys adieu for the day. So gameplay, day-night cycle. One last little vibe in here. Stadium looks fantastic. Airport in the background. These boats coming in. I love that. That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. And then the big city itself. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not too shabby. So you work across the bay. Take the pay the toll. Take the bridge. Oh, I'm just thinking too. You know, it would have been so much fun. Out of time though, of course. It would have been a lot of fun to put in a ferry connection going from one side to the other. Ferry British Columbia. Well, maybe we can do that on our third pass. All right, guys, I will see you again. Drop me a comment, let me know, and hope you're enjoying these views. Always love hearing from you. And, you know, if it's your thing, right, you can always send me some pictures on like Twitter. We have a Discord. And, yeah, I like kind of seeing this stuff, so pop in and show me some stuff, you know? Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in a few episodes. Take care of yourselves. Happy building. Glad you're enjoying the series. And keep hydrated. Keep smiling. And we'll see you again.